Good evening, Mount Zion family. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all doing good, staying well this week. We have another episode of Friday Night Live, previously recorded, because we've taken social distancing to the next level this week, and so now we're not even able to meet together to do this recording. So me and these fine participants here are meeting virtually this week through Zoom, which has not been easy for an old lady to navigate through, but we managed. So right now, I'll just introduce everybody. I'm Kim Kanaday, and I'll be your host this week. And we have Lily Grace with us. Say hey to everybody, Lily. And we have Rhett Jackson. Rhett, say hey.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. So I figured since we were having to do this Zoom technology this week, what better participants to have than you youngsters who do this all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So since we are not able to be at church, I, like everybody else who has talked about this, I'm really sad that we can't be together. We can't be within the walls worshiping together, but at least we have technology so that we can see our worship services and the music and all the interaction that we've had with everybody, and at least try to stay connected as well as we can during this time. So these lovely participants here this week are ready to go, and we're just going to get started. So the first thing I wanted to ask y'all is how everything's been going for y'all since you've been stuck at home. I know this has been a lot different for everybody. So what are some of the things that y'all are doing, especially how is school different for you? Rhett, I know you're a senior this year, so not exactly the way you planned on spending your senior year. So I'll let you tell us first what you've been doing.
Yeah, so okay. It was like funny story. So that Friday when they canceled school, it was Friday the 13th, and it was like a normal day. And then they canceled everything, like everything got canceled. And then we were out for 3 weeks, and then we went directly onto online learning. So that's what we're doing right now. We're in the process of that. And I'm in the process of doing that and juggling getting ready for college in Florida. So it's been wild, y'all. Like, it is the craziest thing I've ever done. So this virus is killing my life.
It is, yes. Lily, how about you?
Well, technically I don't have any school left because all of our stuff is like it's not required, like you don't have to do it. So I did it because I was bored, but I'm like caught up with everything for the week. So
Good deal, good deal. It's a little different. So it's not good not being able to be around your friends and hanging out with everybody, but I've kind of found some good things about it. I don't really have to go to work in dress clothes anymore. I go to work in my pajamas this last couple of weeks, so that may be a hard transition when we get back to the real world. We have still dressed up for church, though. We've made it a rule in the house that we're not going to go to church in our pajamas. So we all get up and we get dressed for church on Sunday morning, and we go sit in the living room and go to church. So we have kept that.
I probably need to do that.
Yeah, we have to practice putting on real clothes at some point in time, right?
Right.
So let me ask you another question. What do you miss most about being at church right now? What's some of the things that that you're missing, Lily?
I just miss being with the people. Like I look forward to like going and just like hanging out and stuff and like just being with people for real.
Yep. Rhett?
Oh man, I miss everybody. Like, you would just be so shocked what you miss. Like, I just miss being around everyone and hearing the hymns and everyone smiling and laughing, because it's such a positive place to be at. That's what I look forward to at the end of my week. If I had a rough week, Mount Zion is there, and I'm so excited to go. And I'm so sad that we don't get to see each other smiling and laughing all the time, and it has to be virtual right now. That's what I miss.
I know. It is bad. So can't wait. We're counting down the days, though. So one thing, this week is going to be Easter Sunday, so it's going to be a lot different. I don't know that I've had an Easter Sunday at home in a really, really, really long time. So how does this Easter feel different for you guys, or what are you going to do different, if anything? Because even after you've been to church, then you don't really have the family activities to do this year either. So what are some of the things that you guys have planned to do? Rhett?
You want to start, Lily? Oh, okay. Well, I'll do it. Well, I think we're just going to stay home and dye some Easter eggs and, go watch the service on Sunday, and then, carry on as it was, just, it'll be different, but we're just going to do it all virtually and just be together and just celebrate the Lord's resurrection together at home.
Right. That's the important part, right?
Mm-hmm, right. Not the Easter bunny.
That's right. Your turn.
Oh, I don't know what we're doing. It's up to my mom.
Whatever mom says, right?
Paula.
Yep. Paula, you get called out. You have to make me plan. You're gonna have the ham ready and the potato salad and all that good stuff, so we can just chow down. Lily invited us all over. We'll stay 6 feet away.
Okay.
We can.
Yep. Okay. So now on to part of the show that I feel like has to be a tradition each week now, because it tells us a little bit about each person that's been on the show that maybe we don't know, just something funny to get to know them with. I promise not to have an exotic pet section this week, though. I don't know if y'all watched last week, but Sabrina killed it with that lizard, telling y'all. So I would like to have you tell me either a funny or embarrassing story involving you and something that happens at church. So Lily, I'll let you go first.
I remember it was like, I think it was Jacob's, like his first Sunday, and then that Wednesday we had like kickball or whatever. Like we all had that thing outside, and and we were playing, and then I think Rhett knows the story. And I was like,
I do.
And I was like going from third to home, and I got my foot stuck in a hole, and I face plant to the ground. And my leg was like bruised for like 2 weeks. And it was like my first impression on Jacob was like, I'm gonna fall all the time. And it was very embarrassing.
Well, that's a great embarrassing story. Rhett, how about you?
Well, mine's not as good as face planting, but I do have one really embarrassing story. It wasn't so embarrassing for me as the other person. So this year, we had a new girl come to our school, and she didn't know where the bathroom was. And I went to the bathroom, and she didn't look at the sign, and she walked right into the same bathroom I was in. And I just looked at her, and I was like, this is the boys' restroom. She just froze, y'all. She was like she didn't know what to do, and I just had to guide her out the door. It was so embarrassing. People were laughing at us, so it's pretty bad. It was pretty embarrassing.
My story I told about Mr. Steve last week, Steve and Matthew Barton going into the women's bathroom. A lot of guess, huh? Can't ever tell.
It happens to everyone. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to our next segment, and we're going to play Would You Rather. So I'll ask you a would you rather question. It's going to be biblically related. And then you can just tell me whatever you think you would rather do, and if you've got a brief explanation or something like that. So let's go with our first question, and Rhett, it'll be for you.
Oh, yeah.
You'll both answer them, but we'll let you go first. So would you rather eat only homemade bread for over a year or eat only vegetables and fruit for the foreseeable future? And was that Johanna?
Yeah, that was Johanna.
And I went with that theme because we're kind of probably stuck eating some things that we don't really like right now. Like for us, it's my cooking because we can't go out. So. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I think I'd rather go with the vegetables because see the bread, if you ate bread all the time, I think that would just make you fat. So I'm gonna go with vegetables. At least we can stay thin.
That's right. Lily?
I actually love bread so much. So I would probably
homemade bread. You can't go wrong with homemade bread.
That's true. Cornbread.
That's right. Unless I made it.
Cornbread.
All right.
Burn it.
It's burnt, not done. It really doesn't. I mean, I don't cook at all, y'all. You don't understand. This has been tough. Yeah. This may be the one chance for the Kanadays to drop some pounds. So my next question is, would you rather glean crop leftovers from a farmer's field or make bricks out of mud? Uh-oh, Rhett's gone. There he is.
Hold on, I'm back. Sorry, someone called me.
Don't they know you're in an interview right now?
Right? I mean, I'm so famous.
I know. Okay, so glean crop, take two. Glean crop leftovers from a farmer's field or make bricks with mud and straw. Lily?
what does glean mean?
So when you're collecting, so, like the story of Ruth and Boaz, Ruth goes out and she gleans the field and she collects all the leftovers from the crops.
I guess I'd rather do that.
Both of them are work. So you'd rather
I don't know.
glean? To me, making the bricks, that would be really a dirty job. So, Rhett?
Yeah. I don't think I'd want to make the bricks. I don't know. I think I'd rather glean whatever that is. I don't even know what
Yeah.
it is.
Sounds
But
easier.
bricks are heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds easier.
Yeah. Mud and straw, that sounds dirty. Although I can remember one summer a long time ago when Alex was really little, she decided that she wanted to do that one summer. So she got in a mud hole and took some pine straw and mud and just started stomping, thinking that she was going to make bricks. Didn't happen.
Oh
Anyway,
no.
yeah. So, all right, our third and final would you rather? Would you rather hide spies in your house or hide a baby from the Pharaoh? Rhett, we'll go with you first on this one.
I had spies in the house. That sounds pretty cool.
You'd be like on Mission Impossible. Don't.
Yeah. Like CIA. You
Yeah,
never know.
there you go. Lily,
I would hide the spies too.
would you? Yeah. Be kind of hard to hide a crying baby, I guess, at times. Depends on what your spies are like, if they cry or not. I don't know. Okay, so that's about all I had for us this week. Again, not anything that I could really do with us being virtual. I couldn't, bring a pet lizard for you to hold or a pet
Darn.
bunny since it was Easter or anything of that nature. So those are the things that I had for us to do, and I just really appreciate you guys being on with us and giving everybody a chance to get to know you better and hear a little bit of Bible Would You Rather. So anything else y'all like to say to everybody before we leave?
I miss you guys like so much. Miss you all. That's it.
Lily, anything?
But Rhett said,
Ditto for Rhett, right? All right.
Yes.
Guys, y'all have a good week and
Thank you.
see
You
y'all
too.
very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Emily. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Well, hey, Alex.
Hey,
What's been going on?
not much.
What you been doing?
I've been learning some new stuff on my guitar.
Cool. Anything else new?
I got a lizard.
A lizard. Yeah, I know about the lizard. Not happy about the lizard. Well, what about church things? Since we're not going right now, is there anything planned?
We were supposed to go to Six Flags.
That sounds
but
fun.
it got postponed.
What are you so excited for?
I hate roller coasters.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Well, anything else?
There's supposed to be this fish fry.
A fish fry. I
Or
love some
chicken.
fish.
Yeah.
Or chicken. I like chicken too.
It's like $10 a piece, and you can come buy them from the youth.
Come buy the fish and the chicken from the youth.
The tickets.
Oh, the tickets. Okay, so $10 for the tickets for a fish fry. So when is that going to be?
Well, it was supposed to be April the 4th, but I don't know.
Okay. All right. So what else is coming up? Anything?
There's supposed to be this golf tournament.
Golf. Okay.
Yeah, you can either play or be a sponsor.
Player sponsor golf. So when is that going to be?
It was supposed to be pretty soon, but I don't know.
All right. So a golf tournament and fish fry. So I guess those are fundraisers. What are we raising money for?
Oh, there's this thing that's called Mission Fuge.
Mission Fuge. I don't know a Mission Fuge.
It's in North Carolina.
North Carolina. So what is this?
Where you do missions.
Huh. So is this like a summer camp? Oh, okay. All right. So we're raising money for summer camp.
Yeah.
So you don't know when the fish fry is, and you don't know when the golf tournament is. Let me guess. Do you know when Mission Fuge is?
Oh, it was supposed to be in the summer, but I don't know.
Okay. So in other words, we're real busy in the youth with nothing to do.
I'm gonna go to my room to do, I don't know.
Okay, guys, on this week's episode, we don't have Chris Sloan here to give us a This Week in Mount Zion history, so we decided to do a little church trivia in place of that. So I'd like to tell you who will have participating with us on some of these church questions, the trivia that we have. It's going to be Parker Givens, Joey Moore, and Emma Taylor. So let's get started. We're recording. We're live. We're live with the Parker Givens show tonight. You ready, Parker?
Yes.
All right, good. So we're just going to do a fun little question and answer session tonight. Got some of the youth that we're asking some church trivia questions to, just to be a little fun segment to see how much our youth people know about our church. So here we go. We'll start off with the really easy ones first. Can you tell us who our pastor of the church is?
Dr. Sammy Reed.
Whoa, the professional name. You gave the full-on name. All right. I bet you don't know who our music minister is, do you?
It's Tim Muncher.
Do you know him personally?
Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you'd have been in big trouble if you'd have got that one wrong, right? Okay, so now that we've
Yes,
got the easy
lots
stuff
of
out of the way, let's go to something a little more challenging. So I'm sure you can't count the number of times that you've sat in that sanctuary. Sat there in the pews and looked up toward the choir, but do you know, looking up toward the choir loft, how many microphones hang from the ceiling?
Ooh. I'll go 6.
6 is a good guess, but would be incorrect. The answer is 5. There's 5 mics. Yeah, that was a tough one, but so close. We have our hymnal that we use to sing out of as a celebration hymnal. It's the white celebration hymnal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what year the hymnal was published?
It's got a lot of old songs.
Yeah.
This is gonna be way off, but I'll go 1970.
1970. It's not. There's a marker on the organ. What does it say? A plaque. A plate.
I've never looked at the organ, but
What would you think something that was on the organ would say?
I don't know. In God we trust.
You know, there's lots of easy questions that we could ask and answer about the church and thinking about its history and the things that are going on right now. So we'll just start with a couple of easy ones. I mean, you know who our preacher is, right?
Yes.
Who's our preacher?
Brother Sammy.
Yay! I'm so proud of you, youth. You do so good with all these hard questions. What about our music minister, since you're in the choir? I mean, you probably should know that too, right?
Mr. Tim.
Mr. Tim. She's 2 for 2, y'all. She just keeps knocking them out of the park. How many pews do you think there are in the church?
30?
Nope. There's 50.
Oh, I was going to say that first.
The white celebration hymnal. And could you take a guess at what year that celebration hymnal was published?
1996.
Are you kidding me? It's 97.
Oh.
That's impressive. You know who our preacher is, right?
Correct.
And that is?
Sammy Reed.
Good job. Good job.
Yes.
What about our music minister? Do you know who that is?
That is Tim Muncher.
Oh, you are on fire. Got it going on. Yep. Well,
Yes.
Now let's get to the hard ones. So how many times have you sat and looked at Brother Sammy and Tim in the choir loft and thought about how many microphones are hanging from the top?
6.
Okay. 6. That's wrong. It's 5.
Oh.
But that was really close. That was really close. I'm sure you've sat on many different pews in the church. How many pews are there in the church sanctuary? He's doing a little quick math in his head there. I can see the numbers rolling.
48.
28.
28? What?
What did you, no, how many did you say? Sorry, what did you say?
48.
48. You said 48?
Yes, ma'am.
That's 50. That's awesome.
Oh, it's so
That was really good. Good answer. Okay, there's actually 52 if you count the 2 on the stage.
Okay.
I wouldn't have counted those, so 50. So this one is a question about a number of stairs.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the back area of the baptistry? Were you baptized at the church?
Yes, ma'am.
So how many stairs
Yes, ma'am.
go up to the baptistry?
From where?
From the ground?
Oh, okay.
It's not like
From
the stairway to heaven.
Okay.
So in the back, you step up a number of stairs to get into the baptistry. How many steps are there? Do, 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 do.
10.
They're really high. 10 stairs.
Oh,
You might be almost to heaven then.
Yeah.
Just 5. 5 stairs.
5. Okay. I was gonna say 5, but I felt like it was too less.
Too little, too late.
Too
Okay,
little. That's it.
So, when we built the new children's building, children and youth building, we had that dedicated to Brother Sam and his wife, Shirley, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did you know that the activity center building, which contains the Family Christian Life building that they call it, that has the gym and everything in it, it was also dedicated to someone. Do you know who that was?
It was Mr. Snow. That's my guess.
Wrong again for a Mr. Snow.
Oh. Okay.
It was the Miller family, and it's called the Miller
Oh.
Family Life Center. And it was Chester and Retha Miller.
Yeah. I think I've heard that.
Yeah. And that's actually located down there. It's a picture of them down close to the office where Jacob and Brother Sammy's office is at. So anyway. Okay. So who the Family Life Center was dedicated to and where that information is in the church?
I do not. I forgot.
Okay, we'll do it again. It's the Miller
Okay.
family, Chester
Miller
and Retha
family.
Miller. Yeah.
Miller. Okay, yeah. Miller.
Okay, so I'll just ask you the question again too.
Okay.
Do you know who the Family Life Center was dedicated to? And it's located, down toward the offices at the bottom level of the building,
Mhm.
down toward the copier.
It is the Miller family, if I'm correct. If I remember.
That is correct. Which Millers?
Edith and Josie.
Chester and Retha.